Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices for Thursday, September 8. Now, for me, I don't exactly know the best count for the situation that we're in at the moment, but I do know that we need to be aware of any quick move to the downside. Yeah, basically we need to look at this as whatever's happening at this moment in retesting the 13,000 here for the DAX, is that it's probably a corrective rally in one way or another. So all of these moves here, if we can just go over this a little bit, this move up through here, that can be counted in as a corrective wave. That can be counted as a corrective wave. This is an ABC pattern here as a corrective wave. This is also corrective, and this one here is corrective as well. So and this one here could be counted as 5 waves, or it could be counted as corrective, but even as 5 waves, it's a little bit tricky to count as 5 waves down there. I mean, I would be sort of more inclined to, I mean, we have to consider it as wave 1 and 2, so we need to be prepared for any downside. But at the same time, I think it's actually more like an A wave and a B wave in here, and then we go down for a C wave here, not a big move, and then we can put wave D over here and then wave E here and then go down at that point. So it's something like that, you know. I mean, this just doesn't count as 5 waves there. It's not many do, actually. I mean, in Stockholm it does. This is just the STOXX 600 euro here, but I mean, even with this one here, I think that I think we've got some sort of thing like this to go to the downside. Not quite sure. It's got me stumped. But this move here from here is an A and a B and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the. So it's not. It's only in the OMX here that I could actually, you know, look at this as 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 here. So wave 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 in here, and 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, and ABC for the fourth and the fifth. So this one here can give me 5 waves up, but obviously it's sunk really low as well, below its 61.8% mark. So it's under a lot of pressure with all of this, you know. There's, you know, no doubt about that. But that's the only one I could sort of see that had that sort of 5 wave structure to the upside. Yeah, so none of this is really that helpful, but a triangle pattern through all of this seems to be sort of okay, you know, because in the US markets, we're looking for a B wave up here as well, and then the C wave. They all got to kind of go together in a way, do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking at the moment with stock, actually. So with the stock market, with the US stock market, looking at this move here as a looking at all of this as an A wave to here, a B wave and a C wave here for that low there, and then pushing up. So that would bring us here as looking at this low, either this one or this one. So basically an A wave down here, a B wave here, and a C wave here for this B wave with me, and then we go up for this C of B here, and then we go down at that point. But in the European markets, this C wave up here would be in a wave E at that point, but this primary wave B and primary wave B here would be in sync coming to the downside at that point. So that's what I'm kind of thinking, but I'm also sort of aware that, you know, whatever this is here, if it is wave 1 here and 2 here, and we're going to go, you know, be going down here faster, we're going to be coming down anyway for this one, or wave 3 coming down here. We need to be aware of both of these, but also be looking for the short trade here as well. So that's what I'm kind of thinking, you know. So you know, this could be down for 1 here and back for 2, and you know, and then we, you know, we come further down here with all of this as well, you know. So we need to be you know, we need to be aware of that, you know. But normally when you come down to lows like this here, you'll get a bounce anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's not a straight through case all the time, you know. It's always a bouncy affair. So yeah, so it's something like this, you know. But to break that down here, you know, this would be like the A wave here, the B wave up here, and then the C wave down here for this D wave coming and bouncing off these lows here, then coming back for an E wave over here, sort of another sort of a thing like this, and then down, and all of these highs here would come into play through here for that, you know, and we can put that over here, and that would be in line with the US markets at that point, because they all have to be sort of together, you know. Yeah, such. But at the same time, we just need to be, this move down here, we need to look at it as wave 1 and 2, or B, and then we also need to look for the short down here, just in case that is wave 2 and we come down here for that. You know, that's what I'm a little bit concerned about, but it's not my primary count to come down that quick. Because I know that coming down here was fast, and then the Fed spoke and that was fast, and then it's just been slowing down at that point, and now it's, you know, look for that rally, and it'll tire out and it'll come down again, and you know, it's a process. It's like sort of being, you know, this whole thing, you know, is this big pattern here will be is like this little pattern in here, you know. It's a mini version of that. It's sort of it's weaker, and we know we're coming down, but it's a process. It's in certain stages, and you know, yeah. Anyway, let's just go to, I think maybe the 10K. I've got something about pretty much close to the same as this. So just on the 10K here. Looking at this as wave 1 or wave A here, I could also put this over here as well for that. You know, I could look at this as an A and a B and a C for wave 4, and then down for wave 5 over here. So I could put this wave 5 here, and then just look at this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave to here, and fail at that point. So that's something that we need to look out for. But otherwise, if I look at this as wave A over here as an A and a B, and that was kind of interesting to a point, because when I look at this market over here, this FTSE EU EFT here, it doesn't make a new low below this one here, you know. So this could be an A, B, and C to this point here, and then going up in 5 waves. So that's why I've kind of got this happening. So we could put, you know, giving it the same thing, we could give them both the same same weight over here for this low. So I'm kind of curious, do we go up here as an A and a B and a C wave to this point, 5 waves in here, and then drop on the Friday? Or do we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 up here for this? So both are kind of valid in a way. The main point with all of this though is that we need to be looking for short trade setups, but probably not till late Thursday afternoon, Friday, and all of that. So that's kind of where that is a bit. I'll have a look at the intraday in a moment. I mean, we were looking for the EUROSTOXX 50. We were looking at it in a slightly different way. We were looking at wave 2 up here with wave 3 here, and A, B, C, D, and E here. I haven't cleaned this up and it's a bit messy, but that's what we were looking at yesterday. I'm also looking at shorting here, and now I can lift this up to here, and now I can lift it up to here. Now I'll probably have to lift it up further. We're looking for the short, but it's just not there yet, and it doesn't have to be counted in this particular way, of course, either. You know, this can be an A, B here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we can still come back up to the level of the A wave here for that. But this is probably not correct. It was just something that we were shooting the breeze with yesterday, you know. But it is interesting because with the US stocks, we're looking for wave 4 and then down for wave 5. That's what I was trying to sort of trying to get, because when we look at Apple here, with Apple we've got wave 4 here and looking for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, but in a lot of cases we'll need to put wave 4 over here and then look for wave 5. So the stock market is, the US stocks are kind of in the same slightly different sort of boat, but yeah, just being a little bit cautious about it. But yeah, I mean, with Apple here we don't have to worry about going short until we've got this 150 as the resistance for all of that. But yeah, so just coming back here to this market here and breaking this down. So there's two ways we can look at it. We can just keeping it very simple. We've got an A wave, a B wave, and go up for a C wave, probably where the top of the wave A is, and then drop from that point. The other way is that we get to this top here, have a little correction, little dance across the 13,000 as a classic trading levels pattern, and have one more push up a little bit higher up here as a wave 5. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 going up to here and then coming down. So I'll need to see where the market is tomorrow after the US session, but that's kind of what we're looking at. And what we'll try to do is, we can obviously go short under here. We could also go short here at this point, but what we want to try to do is lift that short up here somewhere, you know. And then when it comes down here, it'll either be coming down for wave C of B, and then we go up from that space into a C wave, or we'll be looking at wave 2 here, and then all of this down here is wave 1 and then 2 and then 3. So it's not that we're going to miss a lot, because even if this will either go up here or it'll give us an A and a B. I've probably made that too big, and then go down again at that point, but we will catch that on the low of wave 2 or B there, or whatever you want to call it, at that point in time. So we will catch the bigger move here if it's going to occur. I just don't know how this is going to play out. I can see, every time I look at a count, I can see holes in that count, you know, and then it's like nothing sort of gels strong enough for me to say, that's it, that's nailed, let's do that, and we're going to move on that. So it's just not giving it to me like that. So I'll go to the 100 ticks and we'll just sort of work through this a little bit. But this is the picture to take away, and then tomorrow we're going to build further on this, and we'll look where this is, and we'll look how we got for short trade setups and so on. So just into the 100 tick area through here, just to just bear with me a second. So we can look at this in different ways. We can look at this as the low of wave 5, and we could look at this as wave 5. All right. If we look at this as wave 5 low, then we could look at this as the A wave, the B wave here, and then we would go up to the C wave here. If we're going up to the C wave here from B to C, we would need impulse wave, 5 waves of one smaller degree. So we'd have to look at this as wave 1 here, wave 2 here, and then 3, 4, and 5 up here. If we took this as the low here, then we could look at this as the A, the B, and the C wave, where wave 3 is there. And in that case, we could look at this here as all of wave 1 here, and 2 here, and 3 here, and 4 here, and going up for wave 5 here. There's probably 1, 2 here. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, another little pop in here at least anyway. But you know the normal the story. We come up to a level. You can see it's struggling. The normal thing is it'll sort of kick back a bit and then have that first high above the level, and it'll dance around here for a little while. So that's why I was thinking that if we do get the 5 waves up there, we'll have you know, we need a decent 5 waves down and a retest. So we need this basically to fail as support up here, the 13,000, you know. So anyway, we've got more time to work through all of this here. There's nothing to be done here in terms of being long or being short at the moment. I mean, if you wanted to go short, we could go at that point, you know, somewhere away from this level being rejected in some way or another, you know. But we're not there. We're not quite there just yet with this. So yeah, I mean, if this is 5 waves here and you see a move down here, well then you can, normally what happens is that, if I can just take a bit of liberty here, and that is that, let's just say there is some sort of top there. Take the top, and wherever this top is here, right, it's there at the moment, so I'll use that, right? So that means that this will be the 50-60% retracement level here, right? Now, what that means is that what I normally look for from this point to this point here, it will either be in 3 waves. So if it is in 3 waves, if you want to wait for the safe trades, if you get 3 waves to that point, you can't go short, because in that case at the 61.8%, yes, it could go 4 5 like that, but it's normally going to go back up at that point because it's got 5 waves here and it's pulled back to the 61.8%. But if you come down here and you can note within reason, don't force things to fit, it's got to kind of stick out. If you get 5 waves to the 61.8% mark, roughly speaking, then you're going to get a 3-wave move back to the upside, and then that's the short trade over here for that. So that way you've got 5 waves telling you the direction of the market, and then you've got this counter trend here, and when that comes through that low there of the B as an A and a B and a C, then you know that that's corrective. So you've got that on your side, you've got that on your side, and you should be okay moving down lower at that point. But you don't want to short it after the first 5 waves here not reaching the 61.8%, because yes, you will go down to here, but then it's hard to make a profit out of that. You'll end up with being breaking even. It's like trading with moving averages or something like that, you know what I mean? So it's it's just not sharp enough to work with. So anyway, let's see how that penny drops tomorrow with that. Okay, let's have a quick look at the FTSE. That's not the one we want. So the FTSE here, I've just sort of rearranged it a little bit. I mean, the frightening thing for the FTSE here is that, let's just go to the daily chart. We can come back to this. You know, we may get in line with the rest of the market. So like, if I can just use Amazon here because it's just sitting there as a chart. I'll use the S&P, so it's sitting over this side. So so if the markets, if they do what I think they're going to do, which is have some sort of rally here, come down here, and I'm going to look at this move down here, the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave down here for the bigger B, and then move up for the C wave here to this B wave, and then come down from that point, right? If that's going to be the case, then, you know, we can get this little rally here, and then come down to here, and then make a move just to take out the tops here as that big B wave here, and then come down from that point. But at the same time, I can also see too that, you know, I could rearrange all of this and put this here as wave 5 up here, and then look at this as 1 2 3 4 5 for 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 here. Or I could go an A wave here, a B wave here, and then down for 1 and 2 and 3 and come down. So I can see how it can be worked in other ways. So I will be you know, any sort of rally that occurs here, you know, because the speed at which these are dropping here, that speed here, and then it's slow to get back up and dropping again, slow to get back up and dropping again, slow to get up and dropping again. So that's telling me, you know, that we're getting these lower highs here. At some point we could see a huge gap here for this, you know, just dropping quickly. So we need to also understand that count there as well. So I'm aware of that situation. Yeah, things just need to unfold to a certain point, and so on. We're not there yet with that. So even though I've got this counted down as an A and a B, I've just changed this, by the way, an A and a B, and 1 2 3 4 5 here for the C of A, and then looking for an A B C here for this, and then 1 2 3 4 5 down here for the C wave. So an A and a B and a C, which would make that that wave what was it, wave 4, but I think I need to go. I've been working too many long hours. Let's just go back here. Yeah, wave E here, sorry. Yeah, Wave E here. So yeah, so I'm just wondering if we're going to get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here for wave C of E to make that wave 4 and then push up for wave 5 at that point. I'm not quite sure yet. So I just wanted to see how this goes. But at the same time, as I just mentioned, we need to be mindful of any short trade. So currently at this particular low here, we've got some sort of, we should push up here higher, because this move that's, this, see how that's in 3 waves here? So once it takes out the top here, it should take out the top here and move up here. But I'm thinking that it might also just have a bit more of a move and move up there. And then I'll need to put this as the A wave here, the B wave here, and this C wave will need to come over here for that. And then we'll come down at that point and finish off. So I'm just not quite sure how that finishes. So that's why I want to wait for tomorrow as well on things. But in the meantime, if something goes wrong and that logo gets breached, then you need to be on the short side at that point. Okay. Rightio. So over to the US dollar here. So with the US dollar index here, we've got wave 3 here, wave 4 here, we're looking at 1 and 2, and I've shortened all this up here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then wave 4 here, and then looking up for wave 5 of 3, and then looking for an ABC back for wave 4, and then up for wave 5. And the reason I've shortened all this up here for is because not so much the euro, I'll come back to that in a moment, but the pound here is a market that's had a very nice structure to the downside that I've been able to count easily and feel confident about. So from this top here, we can look at 1 and 2 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 here, then 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third, fourth, fifth for the third. And the fourth we've been looking for, and then we've got wave 5 down here. So wave 5 is roughly the same length as wave 1, give or take a bit without getting too involved in it. And then looking for an ABC back here that can, this is the 38.2%. If we are going to use that as wave 2, this is a bit of a question mark if we need to do that or not. So we could actually have a low in here. And if we did have a low in here as a wave 5 sitting here, then we're going to move way up. So I just want to give it a bit of time. So an A and a B and a C coming up here. It might get a bit more complicated because wave 2 was sharp and simple. Wave 4 could be complex, and wave 4, it normally is complex because after a big wave 3 here, that's a big emotional event, isn't it? There's been a lot of relationship in there, human relationship, mind relationship in there. You know, there's been attachment in there for a long time, and that needs to normally unwind in here, because as people make money in the trend, they give it back in the correction and so on. So, but yeah, so two things here. We've either got wave 3, which is probably the case, or we've got wave 5 and got a low in place here. If we've got wave 3 in here and we're going back for wave 4, then in some way or another, we were looking for this yesterday to do a bit of a dog leg and then jump up. So I have filled in these here as wave 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is not really going to be the case. I'll need to look at that in a bit more detail, but it's obviously if we put wave 3 in here, then we need to see if we're going to get wave 4 here. So I need to see if we're going to get a corrective pattern for wave 4 here and then get wave 5 down here, or do we put this wave 5 in over here? I'll just copy this one here, and we'll put wave 5 in for a low here, and we're done and dusted. This wave 4 can move back to this wave 4 here, so I'll just give that a little bit of time to see how that sort of fits in with all of this. So yeah, anyway, it's really stuck to that level here, and we'll just see how that plays out. But based on the pound here, we can at least say we can have wave 3 in here and going back for wave 4. So with the euro, we can have wave 3 back to wave 4, possibly wave 5 in here as well. And if that's the case, then we would see the dollar index, you know, do we put this wave 5 in over here as well for that? That's the other question here. So we need to basically work through this situation here, and Yeah, I mean, also too, when you think about it, while the euro and the S&P 500 and all those shot to the upside, this shot to the downside. Right, so this is this is a bit of a reflection of those markets. So we need to give this consideration as well. So, but I want to give this to tomorrow as well. I want to see how it looks, and I'll break it. I'll break these trends down and have a closer look at it here. You know, I mean, if this is just going to push higher from here, then obviously the those other markets are going to be like pushing lower from there. So keep an eye on that top there for that. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that for the time being. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.